Let me be direct with you about something your children and grandchildren may not tell you. And it is happening right now on the phone, sitting in your pocket or on your table. Right now, while you sleep, while you cook, while you pray, while you share photographs with people you love. Certain applications on your Android phone are awake. They are working. And they are not working for you. I have spent decades studying cybersecurity and digital privacy. I have advised governments, corporations, and families across Asia on how to protect their most sensitive information in the digital age. And I'm telling you today, with the full weight of that experience behind me, what is happening on hundreds of millions of phones at this very moment is one of the most serious privacy crises of our time. Not a theoretical one, a documented, legal, and ongoing one. There are 7 applications, some of which you almost certainly have installed right now, that are quietly collecting your location, your face, your voice, your financial behavior, the faces of your children and grandchildren, and sending all of that information to servers in China. And here is what most people do not understand. It is not simply a tech company holding your data. Under China's national intelligence law, passed in 2017, every Chinese company is legally required to hand over any data they hold to the Chinese government, at any time, without a court order, without a warrant, without any notification to you whatsoever. This is not opinion. This is the law of that country, and it applies to every application made by a Chinese company running on your phone right now. So let us go through them clearly, carefully, and completely, because the specifics matter. The first is TikTok. I know you have heard this name. Many of you have it on your phone, or your grandchildren do, but most people who have heard warnings about TikTok still have not deleted it because they do not fully understand what it takes. Security researchers who broke the application apart line by line found that it reads your clipboard, meaning every time you copy something on your phone, a password, a bank account number, a private message, TikTok can read it. It collects your precise GPS coordinates, not your neighborhood, but your exact position, accurate to within meters. It maps every Wi-Fi network and Bluetooth device near you. And despite years of promises that data was stored safely, internal investigations have repeatedly confirmed that user data flows directly to servers in China. Multiple governments around the world have banned TikTok on official devices. The United States Congress passed a law requiring the parent company, ByteDance, to sell it. The concern is real. The question is whether you will wait for a government to force the matter or protect yourself right now. The second application is CapCut. This one surprises people because CapCut is genuinely excellent at what it does. It is a free, polished, easy-to-use video editor. But CapCut is made by the same company as TikTok, ByteDance, which means it operates under exactly the same legal obligations and the same data sharing framework. What makes CapCut particularly alarming is what it processes. When you edit a video in CapCut, the application analyzes every face in that video. It collects what researchers call facial geometry data, a precise mathematical map of a person's face. If you use the voice features, it collects your voice print. And these are called biometric identifiers, and they are among the most sensitive pieces of personal information that exist. Because unlike a password, you cannot change your face. And consider this, the family members who appear in your videos, your grandchildren, your children, your friends, none of them agreed to have their biometric data stored by a company under Chinese government jurisdiction. The third application is Temu, the shopping platform that appeared suddenly and became one of the most downloaded apps in the world, with prices that seemed almost impossible to believe. There's a reason those prices are so low, and it has nothing to do with supply chain efficiency. Cybersecurity researchers at a firm called Grizzly Research conducted a detailed technical analysis of the Temu Android application. Their findings described it as containing what they called dangerous spyware code. The app requested device permissions that have no legitimate connection to online shopping. It was found to access phone systems far beyond what any retail application should need. Temu is owned by a Chinese company called PDD Holdings, subject to Chinese law. An app that behaves like surveillance software made by a company that must cooperate with government intelligence requests does not belong on your phone, regardless of how inexpensive the products are. The fourth application is Shine, another shopping platform presenting itself as merely affordable fashion. The data collection behavior documented by security researchers tells a very different story. The Shein application has been found requesting device permissions it has no reasonable shopping justification for. It communicates with external servers in patterns that do not align with what any retail application should need to do. Shine is a Chinese company whose data practices have attracted scrutiny from regulatory authorities in multiple countries. You can buy clothing from many other places. You cannot get your data back once it has been collected. The fifth application is Bigo Live. This is a live streaming platform owned by a company called Joy Inc., which has deep roots and operations in China. Live streaming applications present a particular category of concern because the core function of such an app requires access to your camera and microphone in real time. Bigo Live has been documented collecting behavioral data well beyond its stated function and transmitting it to servers in China. When real-time audio and video data, combined with your location, your device identity, and your usage patterns, is being sent to servers under Chinese government jurisdiction, the privacy implications are as serious as they get. The sixth application is Likey, another short video platform from the same parent company as Bigo Live. It functions similarly to TikTok, and it has attracted a large user base, particularly among teenagers and young people. The application collects device identifiers, precise location data, contact information, and detailed behavioral profiles, all transmitted to servers in China. When the people whose data is being collected are children, your grandchildren, the gravity of that situation is difficult to overstate. Children's faces, children's locations, children's behavioral patterns, all of it potentially accessible to a foreign government intelligence apparatus. If your grandchildren have Likey on their phones, this is a conversation worth having with their parents today. The seventh application is AliExpress, the retail platform from Alibaba, one of China's largest technology companies. AliExpress has a genuine retail function that many people find useful, and I understand that. But usefulness does not eliminate risk. The application collects extensive data about your device, your browsing behavior, your purchase history, your payment information, and your location patterns. Alibaba is unambiguously subject to Chinese law. Any data you share with AliExpress exists within a legal framework that gives the Chinese government potential access to it. Alternative shopping platforms are available everywhere. Now, here's what you must do, and I want you to stay with me on these steps, because deleting the apps alone is important, but not sufficient. First, uninstall every app from this list that you have. Go to your app drawer, press and hold the icon, and select Uninstall. If an app came pre-installed on your device and only offers the option to disable rather than delete, disable it and revoke every permission it holds. Write down which apps came pre-installed. That tells you something important about your phone manufacturer that should factor into your next purchase. Second, clear any residual data. Even after an application is removed, it can leave behind cached files and stored identifiers. Go to Settings, then Apps, find the recently removed applications, and clear any remaining storage. Third, go into your Google account settings and review which third-party applications have been granted access to your Google account data. Revoke access from any of these services immediately. Uninstalling an app from your phone does not automatically remove the permissions it was given to access your Google account. Fourth, change your passwords, especially if you use the same password for any of these services as you use for your email, your banking, or any other important account. Password reuse is one of the most common ways a breach at one service becomes a compromise of everything else. Fifth, go to Settings, then Privacy, then Permission Manager. Review what has access to your location, microphone, camera, contacts, and storage. Any application that cannot clearly justify why it needs a particular permission should have that permission removed immediately. Sixth, delete your advertising ID. Go to Settings, then Google, then Ads, and select the option to delete your advertising ID. This removes the persistent identifier that allows data brokers and trackers to follow you across applications. Seventh, visit My Account, Google, calm, and review your privacy settings. Turn off web and app activity, turn off location history, set auto-delete to 3 months on any data collection you cannot fully disable. Now, before I close, I want to ask something of you personally. If this information was valuable to you today, if it gave you something you did not have before, please subscribe to this channel. Click that button right now, because this kind of information, clear, practical, verified, is what I bring you every week. And I want to keep reaching people like you, people who take their privacy and their family's safety seriously. And in the comments below, I want to know one thing. What city or country are you watching from? I read every single comment. Whether you are in Manila, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, Singapore, Sydney, Toronto, London, Lagos, or anywhere else in this world, tell me where you are. This community is global, and I want to know who is here. Your phone is yours. Your data is yours. Your family's privacy is worth 30 minutes of your attention today. Take those steps. Share this with someone you love, and I will see you in the next one.